Okay, what's good, everyone? It's Nigel here, Trinidad Empowerment Network. So there's been another deadly US strike in Caribbean waters. Again, off the coast of Venezuela. And again, our Prime Minister says she fully supports these strikes. For those of you who haven't seen the video, here's the clip. Now, I want you to let that sink in. Trinidad and Tobago now stands in support of a country that is unaliving people in international water without any publicly released evidence, without any due process, without any accountability. This, I remind you, ladies and gentlemen, this is unprecedented. In the history of the Caribbean, this is unprecedented. This kill first, this unalive first, ask questions later. This policy is being endorsed by our leader. Something, like I've said to you repeatedly, that is unprecedented in our nation's history. I want to ask you, since when did justice and evidence stop mattering? When did justice and evidence stop mattering? When did we abandon the principle of innocent until proven guilty? I had no idea we've adapted a kill first, ask question later policy. Even more disturbing is that the Prime Minister is trying to foster better relations with Venezuela, with President Maduro. The very leader, the US, is openly targeting and killing citizens under. So I ask, how can we seriously expect a deal with Venezuela to succeed whilst backing a nation that's attacking Venezuelan vessels, unaliving Venezuelan citizens with zero evidence of crimes being committed? Zero. To believe that a small speedboat from Caracas poses a direct threat to the might of the United States is beyond delusional. Yet, for some reason, our leadership in Trinidad and Tobago seems to accept it. The PM even claimed that crime in Trinidad has dropped. Crime in Trinidad has dropped since the US began bombing boats in the Caribbean. There has been zero data or evidence to support what she said. Zero.
What I'm pushing and really pushing hard is against the criminals, the narco-traffickers, the human traffickers, the gun runners, the criminals. So we have nothing against the people of Venezuela. I've repeatedly said we stand in solidarity with the people of Venezuela.
The Prime Minister, responding to questions regarding her recent meeting with United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio and the OFAC license to operate the Dragon gas deal.
He said that he had approved the OFAC license. I think we both understood the urgency of the matter. So that is one step in a two-step process that we have to go through. The second step would be our license with Venezuela.
Mrs. Persad-Bissessar has made it clear that Trinidad and Tobago will continue to work with Venezuela.
I'm told that we had a 30-year license from Venezuela, but of course, given all that has transpired, we will have some more negotiations with Venezuela. Shell is involved in that project, and indeed I'm meeting Mr. Lomax from Shell in a short while to see what progress they have made. Before this happened with the United States, Shell had gone to Venezuela. They had discussions with Madam Delcy about the license, and I want to get updates from him as well, because Shell will have to speak with officials in Venezuela.
The Prime Minister said she is yet to officially reach out to Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro, but will do so in the near future. She said, however, she is still in support of the U.S. intervention.
In fact, since that has happened, you would have seen that the amount of murders in my own country has fallen, the numbers. That might be partly because of that. And the other part would be, of course, the state of emergency that we have in place, which has not disrupted lives except the lives of criminals. Am I in support? Yes, I remain in support of the U.S. intervention in the region. Criminals are criminals. And we have to wipe out criminals, as I say, violently, I'd say.
Prime Minister Persad-Bissessar also noted that a Trinidad and Tobago ambassador to Venezuela will soon be appointed. Daniel Chon, TTT News.
This isn't diplomacy. This is not diplomacy. This is reckless. This is a reckless alignment with an unstable foreign power at a time when the Caribbean should be defending peace, when the Caribbean should be defending neutrality and sovereignty. We have our domestic problems in the Caribbean. We have our domestic problems. But for decades, the Caribbean has been known as a zone of peace, a region committed to resolving conflicts diplomatically and never militarily. That line has been crossed now. That line has been erased right before our very eyes. Right before our very eyes. Yes, we do have our own internal problems domestically, the crime rate. Yes, but inviting war into our waters is absolute madness. At this point, forget about any deals with Venezuela. The US has turned this region into a chessboard, and we are being used as pawn. So I say to you again, this is pure insanity, and history will not be kind to those who stood by silently whilst this took place. I'd keep my ear to the ground and bring you the best information possible on this. Let's continue to pray. Let's continue to hope that this does de-escalate sooner rather than later. I ask you again to look after yourself and each other. Take care. God bless. Peace.